Wow. So I'm recording. There was some brilliance there that we just missed out on, but yes, we're going live, and I'll be able to post this one afterwards. But essentially, we were just talking about private sales in other stages of Satoshi Island. So, Satoshi Island are going to be looking for those developers. They're going to be looking for those builders, and they don't want people just sitting on land. So, and a whole bunch of other stages of island development, we can essentially open up and have a bit of a chat to develop on there. So, Jono, do you have another question from the community?
Mate, I've just put myself on mute whilst I was typing around finding some things. Currently, no, there's nothing through on the Telegram chat. Apart from Tris asking when we're going to NFT cafe sales.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you could sell, coffee vouchers, or coffee vouchers, buy coffee vouchers in bulk and redeem them, burn them for coffee or something like that. Who knows what you could do. But all right. So just to recap, our land sale ends tomorrow at 3 p.m., so 20 hours from now. We've got 50 ETH in the bank, and that means we've got enough to get 2.5 lands. Every essentially 2 ETH that we get in the bank just means an extra NFT, for us to share in. So if we get 60 ETH, that means 3 full plots. If we get 70 ETH, 3.5 or so, 3.5. Roughly, give or take, it's going to be about roughly 20 ETH for private sale. So maybe 21, 22, but yeah, which will be right. And then, island development will focus on really developing, some of those, our core properties. If we get 2, 3, 4 properties, it's going to be a lot easier to manage and really focus on the details of development, over, a dozen or 13. So it would have been fun to do 13, but we can really focus on 4, get 4 developed, build duplexes, apartments, get something built that we can get a few heads in. So it's about building a premium community, and building about we're not just a land development project, an island development project. We're a premium community that's backed by land, or backed by island land. So we're a premium club that's backed by that, and we'll build those functions out and a whole bunch of different other utility as we move on throughout Satoshi Island. And look, there's always new opportunities within crypto popping up, and we've got a pretty good bunch of heads together that love scanning out the crypto and the metaverse. So if it's a blue chip, you can generally bet that if we can get access to it, at least we'll be onto it. So curation of blue chip deals is one of the big things we're looking into, and how to create a hub of fractionalized investment funds and pools of investment funds. But yes, Satoshi Island's a big one now. There's so much potential in this one, and it's an ideal one. It's an ideal project to be able to really delve deep into over the next couple of years, and really expand it and build on top of it, and just get that core strong base. Once we get a core strong base of builders and get our first few properties developed, and we can really move on and expand from there. So it's just about getting a base ready, about building a community of solid people that are here for the long term, and that are here to build, and want to come to the Citadel, want to travel there, or that are keen to get those capital gains and be a part of the community. That's all good too. But yeah, we're looking for that strong community that's not just that's aligned with us. It's not just there, wham bam, thank you ma'am. It sees the vision, sees where we're going, wants to develop yield bearing assets that can produce that can produce yield and have good capital gains potential. Once the sale stops tomorrow, the only way people will be able to get access to shares to the inside of our co-op are going to be from secondary markets, buying shares from you guys, our community. They'll have to put on a bid from OpenSea. We're going to end the sale tomorrow at 3 p.m. to help create that scarcity of the funds. So after tomorrow, Yeah. Now, just a reminder. So, access. There's there's a fair few people that just got one share, and this is what it's about: fractionalizing ownership of land. And for 0.15 ETH, to get that fractional exposure to underlying land in Vanuatu in a tax haven, potentially the next Singapore. 1.5 ETH, it's not bad. It's a great little way to get exposure. But just remember that it's the 2 share count, so the 0.3 ETH contribution. You need to have 2 shares to get access to that private tokenized gate community, and that's to keep that that premium access and to get your voting rights as well, as per the website. So that 0.3 tier is what unlocks the gated community over on Discord, where there'll be a lot more once we really get going and we start following everyone through to Discord. That gated community is where the alpha will be. It's where the omega will be. It's where it's all going to happen. So after we sell out tomorrow, the only way to get your second share is going to be from someone else on the free market, and probably for a premium, because I don't expect people are going to share or sell their shares for any less than they bought them for. So yeah, it'll be for a premium over the 0.15. So if you want your access, and you want access to the token gated community, and what comes through there, or if you're just happy with your one share and your upside exposure to that, then you're welcome. Also, power backers. So we've got a good handful of power backers, about 8 or so at the moment. For any wannabe power backers, anyone that's thinking about it, if your chance to join the power backer crew is and tomorrow the only way to get your extra shares will be buying from someone in the secondary market, and these NFTs, these power backers, or the rights to buy out the underlying fund assets will not be minted again. You'll have to buy the power backer NFT from someone else. There'll only be about 8 of them in circulation, so you'll have to bribe and hustle them to get your hands on one of those exclusive power backer NFTs if you wanted the exclusive rights. We're going to build out from that, on top of the rights to buy out assets from the fund and liquidation events at that discount. It all winds tomorrow the sale winds down, and we get ready move on for the next phase. We get ready to move into Satoshi Island. We get building that our premium community that's backed by island land. That's what it's about. So those are the notes that I wanted to have to say. At the end of the day, we're all winners. We've done this thing. We've got a plot to love land, at least. We've got more than a plot. We've got a few plots. But yeah, as long as we've got one to build on, and we can get people there. And we can get some, leasable income in. That's great. So there's no minimum. Our target. It was a hard cap. It was a 300 ETH hard cap, because you've got to put a hard cap to max it out. To create that little bit of scarcity. But it's not. We don't need to hit that to make things work. We can make things work with 20 ETH. We can make it work with 40 ETH. We can make it work with 60 ETH. It's just, we'll make do with whatever we got. So, and we can build on this. We just have to do a good job now with what we've got. And then, go harder into the next rounds. And, let's open it up now. Community, any questions?
Okay, yep. We've just got one from the chats just in regards to the price of the, I know you don't like calling this, but the pods. Do we know roughly what the estimates are to build?
Modules, yeah. The modules prices start at $60,000 each to build. So they come in a whole bunch of different sizes or different lengths, from 12 to 24 meter lengths, I think I recall, or maybe it's from 8 to 16 meter lengths and about 3 meters in width. And they come in a whole bunch of different customization packages as well, and furnishing packages. So you can actually, buy packages to furnish, whether that be, a package with your television, with your lounge, your couch, your bed, and bedding, all this sort of stuff. So apparently there's going to be, furnishing packages as well as, building packages and building options. And then you can go in and customize your building arrangement, and stack however you want, where you wanted to build some sort of stagnant 2-3 story. That's up to you and your creative imagination. We can build out some plans, and then we can go to market with our plans and say, hey, look, we've got this land. It's going to be a few more months down the track, so a lot more is going to come to light, a lot more media attention, a lot more eyeballs, a lot more people wanting in, and say, we've been here now for, we've been in chats for, the last 8 months. We've been here, we've got land, we're ready to go. We've got these ideas we want to build. Come join our co-op. And do a non-dilutive raise to do that, or amongst selling whatever individual land NFTs that we get. So for all the change, all the 2 ETH change that we get, we can just buy those individual land plots and sell them off down the track to pay for funding. So yeah, we'll be sweet. We'll make do what we got. We'll get a track record going, and then from there we can leverage that onto next stages. So this is I've done a couple of co-ops before, and this was a great idea, so I just wanted to take it to the next level. And the biggest raise that we've done previously was like it was like 60 grand or so. So, we've already smashed that, that target. So it's a new PB in terms of, the raises we've done. So, that's great. And the things we've gone on to do from the other projects. So let's hope this is in line with that. We go on, we'll build some great things. And then we'll keep scaling it up, see how we can keep scaling up, better processes. This is just the universe telling me that, I didn't have something right. There was something that was off, I guess. Well, maybe I was just going a bit ambitious. If the biggest raise I'd done from my community was 60 grand before, and I'm trying to go 20x to 1 million or 300 ETH, it's like maybe that's ambitious. But, you got to aim for the stars to reach the moon. So, stay ambitious, keep building, we'll reevaluate, see how we can, build stronger, build better, and go harder in the next rounds. So once we've got those underlying assets, and the core fund build out, it's going to be much easier to leverage into the future and do bigger investments. So any other questions on that?
I've noticed that Dante's gone on from he's unmuted his microphone. I don't know if he wants to ask a question here in the live chat.
Hey boys, how's it going?
Hey, how are you, brother?
Yeah, good, bro. That's been awesome. So keen for the release. So we've got this funding for this first release. When the Satoshi Island ends up releasing more other land plots, we'll be doing another cooperative, hopefully, and then securing more land. Then, because I think land is the most important. Definitely the most important. Like I've been looking at land in Vanuatu. I was thinking Vanuatu, that place must be cheap. And then I've gone and actually looked at real estate over there, and it is going like it goes for a mint.
Yeah, and it's a tax haven, so everyone wants to flee there, and there's a lot of capital flight that's trying to get land in there, and land's scarce. There's not much of it there. So I agree. I think land is one of the most important things to get. We should focus on getting as much land as we can. And then
obviously we'll see the other developers and what they end up doing with their modulars. We don't want to be the first one building modulars, and we want to see what other people are doing. We just want to secure land first. I think that should be first priority.
Yeah, agreed. First priority, lands, and then we can, we need to know where our land's situated. If we've got some beautiful beachfront real estate that's going to, be instant, like we're in the primo, where we can really leverage that, and it's probably best to build a citadel on that block ourselves. So we'll go hard on that. But whatever happens, it'll be cool. But agreed. Let's get the land, and then leverage that from second, third stages once we've got that record in place. I suspect people will flow in once we get closer to Satoshi Island lands, and we close the sale of, and when it's too late, people will be like, oh wow, this is the opportunity you presented. Why didn't you keep it open for longer? And it's like, well, Yeah, you're gonna have to buy from someone else now if you want in, or you'll have to fork out the full lot to get your full plot yourself to be able to develop it yourself. But yeah, doing outside governance. So yeah. So I think especially if Satoshi Island sell out, they're looking really good. We see a lot of media attention, and a lot of people have really keen. So that just makes us, as time goes on, it just we look better and better. We look less risky. Satoshi Island less risky. It looks like less of a it just becomes more proven.
Less speculative.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, very good. Less speculative over time. I had a better word I wanted to use, but it just didn't come. Yeah. All right. Anything else, anyone?
There is one from the Telegram chat. However, I sort of wanted to expand on what Dante just sort of said then. I absolutely agree. There's so many variables with what we can do. Even say it is just these 2 blocks of land, that there is a matter of, not like you said, don't rush in, because that's when sometimes you sit there and Captain Hindsight comes and bits you on the arse. So you don't want to sit there and necessarily rush in, but you want to sit back, take a look at all the possibilities, and then make educated decisions from that. And that's definitely what I think we'll be doing here moving forward. It's not a matter of let's quickly just go, bang, bang, bang. It's trying to do what's best for the properties that we're given, and have a look at, I guess, our surroundings and who's around us, and make educated decisions from that point.
Right. Yeah. No, perfect. And a bunch of minds, a collective. Our brain power is going to be better, going to be sharper. So yeah, no, it'd be great.
Yep. So from the text chat, mate, we've got other NFTs. They basically commissioned. Are there going to be areas of the island that are zoned residential and retail?
Great question. Yeah, there's going to be commercial zones, and there's going to be, because it's going to be a big hub for events. It's going to be the big event zone, and obviously to keep noise away from the residential suburbs. This joint will be in the middle of the island. I think is where the big events and conference hall or conference stadium, or whatever the plans they have drawn up in their grand architecture and infrastructure plans. So yeah, that will be more centralized in the island, a big commercial hub, an events hub, where the outside of the island will be more for the properties, for the beach front real estate. And there's also a really nice cliff area that's going to be that's on the interior of the land. It's going to offer a beautiful overview of South Wing and of some of the ocean. And some of the rest of Vanuatu. So that would be a nice lookout to develop on. There will be zones. There'll be different zones, and and there'll be licenses granted to people to develop in the commercial zone. They want to ensure that people coming in doing businesses know what they're doing, and they're not just letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry come in. So it's not going to be hard to get one, but there's going to be a little bit of to get the early businesses and to ensure the early infrastructure is set up, and that. They'll be working closely with those early business providers and offering them grants, land grants to come in and ensuring that they're switched on and they've got their stuff set up. So they're offering land grants, bring these businesses in, ensure they've got good practices to be able to serve us, the community. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And Mark, the old Island Baron over there, he wants to make sure that we do get property in every stage of Satoshi Island. So
I'd be keen on that. We can travel around and have a party. We can do a pub crawl on different island sections and our properties, different island sections. So wouldn't that be sick? Congratulations to Island Bigwig and our Island Baron.eth. So our power backer winners of the ENS names. So got them sorted up. Those are awesome. So once we meet you on the islands, it won't be Mark or it will be the Baron, it'll be the Bigwig. So we'll get the island names flowing.
That's fantastic. Mate, at the moment, we're pretty good for questions in chat. I can see Az is typing something, but that might be either a question or something derogatory towards me. No, it's derogatory towards me. Yep, 100%.
Smart ass. All right. Yeah, let's open up. If no one has any final questions, or you want to jump in and have a free for all chat, yeah, I think that's just the main points I wanted to get over. We're going to close down the sale tomorrow. So all those latecomers, those latecomers want in, they'll have to buy off you guys, our community. We're a premium club, premium group, so. For me, it doesn't make sense to, keep these sale, open for a week and hustle it up for every time Dick and Harry and get, people, swindlers that are coming in just for a quick, profit. I'd like to build something strong, a strong core. So, it's going to be an exclusive deal. It's, offered, short and sweet. It's going to be offered, there for a flash. So it's I only wanted to do it for 2 or 3 days max. So we'll close it tomorrow, 3 o'clock. And from there, open markets are the way to go until we do another non-dilutive raise to either develop or buy additional stages. But if you want in on the ground floor access, you've got until tomorrow, unless you want to buy a portion directly through Satoshi Island and govern with other people or get your own plot. Hope you didn't get stuck with bad neighbors. That's we've got those are the big points. That was another one I thought of, but now I've lost it. Shocking on that today. Anyone else? Tris, I see you tuned in. You want to say g'day, mate? You're our third co-signer, and I don't believe we've given you a chance yet to give you a little introduction to the team. So why don't you say g'day and give us a little warm-up on, what you do in crypto. So you do some interesting things with Pig Finance. And how did you get into crypto? Where did your journey start there, brother?
Oh, geez, I was really hoping to fly under the radar, and you sort of put me on the spot. Well done on the raise, guys. I'm quite impressed. What is that like? Let's have a quick squizzy. 46.8 refresh. No, but that's a very impressive raise, and pretty much everything that you've said. That you can basically pick up a couple plots of land now, and you'll have a bit of ETH in reserve for either whatever it is everyone wants to do with it, or for the next land sale. Because I like this idea of picking up a commercial plot. I want fractionalized cafe NFTs. That's the future. Get revenue share on the island for owning a fractionalized cafe NFT. I guess background on myself, since you asked. I've been in crypto since about 2017. Sort of just mucked around with it, but I really got hooked on the sort of the fundamentals behind it. But at the time, and all the things that people said were possible were just ideas. It was like pure speculation at that time. There wasn't any actual utility. And then I just sort of kept an eye on it over a couple of years, and then suddenly come across like crypto debit cards, and I was like from crypto.com, and I was like, finally there's actual like real world utility for crypto now. I pretty much got hooked in from there. With me and Juzzy, we were there at the beginning for Aussie crypto community. And Jono's on board the mod team there, so we've been running that. So really, in terms of just like getting good at crypto, generally you just got to put a bit of time into actually trying to help people out. Because I found that was the best way that I learned something, was when I had to go and demonstrate that knowledge to other people. So I generally will, encourage people to do that, and I spent a bit of time myself doing it, and that's when I went and joined CCI as a client. I felt pretty confident in crypto, but I just felt like there were aspects of it, like the investment side of things, that I was missing. So going through the course, I become much more structured with how I approach my investments and things like that, and I just kept on teaching people, and then eventually the fellow that runs it, Joe Shu, asked me to jump on board, and I've been there for about a year as a fundamental analyst, and in my spare time just helping projects out just on like a consulting level. So like I've done like marketing for Cartier Chain, if you've ever heard of them. It's like a an interoperable layer 1 that has like dual master nodes, so it's like can just interact with like any blockchain. It's hell cool once you dive into the tech. And another company I worked for was in content planning for Red Fox Labs. So like they're basically doing e-commerce metaverses. So the idea being that Nike can like own a plot of land and sell NFT sneakers, and like the experience is like it's pretty. What they're going for is pretty ambitious. It sort of redefines commerce in quite a lot of different ways. You got like it's worth talking about just in case people are interested in this kind of stuff, because this is sort of the world we're heading into. Is where you'll be in a metaverse, you'll go in and see a pair of shoes you like on the shelf, an NFT pair. You'll go over to a shop attendant who's just like manning an avatar, and then you can ask them for like a product demonstration, and you get like a live stream of the product demonstration in game. So the idea being that, you get this like discovery shopping experience in a virtual world, because at the time, all the COVID lockdowns were preventing us from being able to actually go to a mall or do anything like that. So I basically go down sort of the Red Fox Labs rabbit hole because that got me hella ambitious. Once you're in a sort of crypto company, you sort of like you see what they're doing and what they're not doing, and the things that they're not doing were like what I wanted to be doing. And that was being more community, or well, I mean they've got a good community, but I mean like give more power to the community. And have some more like decentralization in the sense that, you can have like DAOs interconnected with one another, and each DAO is like a business or has their own unique revenue streams, and they can make deals or collaborate with other DAOs. So you just get this exponential like network effect of like collaboration. You can sort of see the kinds of things that motivate myself, and that's where Jono and the team over at Peak Finance, we decided let's dive in. Let's find a good piece of tech that we really like. Matisse was the one that stood out the most. There are heaps of other ones we could have gone to, but it just seemed to me that Matisse is the most versatile in terms of EVM equivalents, and being able to bounce between different blockchains and in some way interoperate with them. So but the main thing that was appealing was their decentralized company infrastructure. And that's something I find insanely relevant for SICFund. So basically you can have, like HR management tools for when, Jono gets a bit out of hand. You can have, have people being paid a salary, like for every minute that passes on the blockchain. And then you've got like other sorts of like voting processes where everyone in the company like has like particular says in what goes on in their particular like department and things like that. So it's a heaps elaborate piece of technology, but I think having it effectively integrated with a blockchain is just insanely disruptive, and I see a future. And this is why I liked the idea of sort of jumping on board with SIC. Was, I just sort of went, oh, cool. So this is pretty much blockchain connected to the real world. Like, this is exactly the kind of stuff that, like, I want to be doing. So, yeah, like I said, I'm really stoked that you guys have, all gotten together and got united behind a vision. Of course, it's a tone that's pretty attractive. Going to chill on a sort of on an island in the middle of the Pacific. It's like. It doesn't get much better than that. So, I'm really excited to see the kinds of things that we'll be able to do with it in the future. And because this is discovery for us too. Me just talking now about DAX and DAOs and all those things. Those are all things that, there may be something else that becomes more glaringly obvious, in terms of being able to like use the blockchain, which we should, because it's like Satoshi Island and all that kind of stuff, and you think that people would actually have a go try to integrate some blockchain tech, make life a little bit better. But yeah, those are the kinds of things that motivate me, and like I say, I'm really excited to see what we can all do together with SIG.
Lovely. Yeah, nice, mate. was a good intro. I know you could sit there and ramble on for 30 minutes if you wanted to. So.
Oh yeah, easy. That's why I tried to stay quiet, because I was like, as soon as you get me on the line, I'm just going to keep talking and talking and talking.
It was going to be a quick AMA. Now it's going to be a long one. So
sorry, guys, I'm muting myself now.
That's all right, brother. Thanks for coming in, saying g'day and doing the introduction. But Jono, how are we flowing, mate?
Yeah, we got one more, mate. We're looking at would we actually recommend that people buy another power backup, or just do a separate purchase if one was available?
If you wanted the exposure to the fund from the extra shares, then and the income exposure, potentially the yield coming in, the capital gains exposure, because we can get in at 20% discount, 21% discount, then yeah, I would say it's up to you. And I'm not going to give financial advice, but yeah, it's up to you to get that. And I didn't want to incentivize people to get, multiple power backer NFTs, because, I wasn't sure how this was going to go, and I wanted to make room for everybody. But, there's plenty of room. So if you want the extra, allocations to beef up your exposure to getting in on the ground floor level at this, that's this discounted rate before it goes to public sale, then yeah, I would say it would be worth getting it for that. And the scarcity of the power backer NFT itself, I mean, there's only going to be 8 so far, or 9 roughly. So I mean, yeah, depending on, and I'm not going to make any promises on, and any returns or anything like that, but depending on, what we do there and what we introduce to those, that tight premium, community of power backers, to those 9 holders, for that 4.5 ETH cost, it could potentially, and that's just a bonus on top of the underlying, 30 shares of the funds that, get you that exposure. So yeah, it's up to you if you want the exposure. Well, I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
All right. Now, can I just confirm that they won't be available if we do a stage 2 of property sales? We're not going to have the power backer option available moving forward, are we?
No, we're not going to have a power back option available, and it's only going to be these first 9 as an exclusive premium, part of the, the Genesis early stage. Yeah.
All right, excellent, thank you. Let me just double check. Mark wants to know the 21% discount that we're receiving for a private sale. Do we think that's going to apply for future stages of land sales?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do future stages. But yeah, it's likely they'll have a small private sale, and then they'll have public sales. So yeah, likely we'll be able to get, an allocation to other private sales, and likely they'll be done at a small private sale, and then a bigger public sale. And the private sale rate will generally be a little bit more. But, if these guys blow up, they probably don't need to do a big private sale. But it all depends, like, what sort of people do you want to attract, right? So, instead of just opening up to, all of these scalpers and botters that just want to come in and smash up heaps, like, it would be better to offer, to see who's your existing island community, and then go and raise from them first, from inside the community. And once you've raised from inside the community, then look outside and raise and fill it up from there. So, yeah, I think, how much of a discount? I think the 21% discount, is this big discount at the start, whether it stays that way or, gets reduced over time, that premium. But I think in time, like, there's not so many plots to go on sale. I think just getting access to the sales in the future is going to be half the mission. Like, if you can just get access to that, especially that pre-sale, if you can just get access, like, that's going to be half the mission, let alone getting discounts on it. So, sometimes these things sell out super quick, and sometimes you can't even get access without, getting on your knees and, doing all sorts of ungodly stuff to get in. So yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, man, I think you're right. I was just going to say, I think you're right. I think Satoshi Island are probably going to play it in a similar way to what we are. They're going to see how this first round goes, and probably be able to find out a lot more information. They'll probably also have a lot more information and be able to work out how to approach the next few stages moving forward. But again, when they make changes or decisions, we just make sure that we react appropriately to them, and shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, that's it. Just gotta move mobile and get over any hurdles, and we'll be right. There will be hurdles, but should be right. We'll make it work. This is what we do. There's always hurdles in crypto. There's always things that pop up when you try to go to a public sale and something doesn't happen, or you invest in a top project, something happens. Like this, it's just the way it is. But yeah, you figure it out. Generally, yeah, we've done a lot of due diligence. No real good red flags. We'll turn away a bunch of projects every day. So yeah, it's always look for that one good red flag can turn away or put to rest 10 good green flags. So you just got to really poke for that good red flag, and if it makes sense, that investment thesis makes sense, then yeah, chase it and go balls deep, especially if you can get good early access on that ground floor. So yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think for the first stage, we do have that extra access and that bit of that push, which will definitely open us up to a bit more. Be a bit more visual moving forward, and we're sort of getting the backing of Satoshi Island themselves, which is good, whilst unofficial. They definitely support what we're doing. So I guess moving forward, that gives us the best sort of on ramp into future sales that come from the island.
Absolutely. I mean, going it together as a cooperative, we'd never be able to get this sort of insight or going it alone. So yeah, by doing it together as a cooperative and working together in this united front, we'll be able to get so much more done and build something so much more grand across multiple stages of the islands than what we could. So yeah, perfect. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And if there's no more questions and no one wants to jump on for a bit of open island banter, we'll get ready to sign it off, and I'll post this clip there to YouTube for all the island fam, all the islanders to tune in, the ones that missed out. Jono, how are we looking? Is that also?
Mate, we have got it all covered. It was nice and short and sweet and a good one. So I'm real happy, and yeah, we're good to sign off. Thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Jono, do you want to sign us off then, sir?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, once again, thanks guys who have obviously jumped in on the sale. It's been overwhelming, and we're very happy with how we're headed and what direction we're headed in. And appreciate you guys all turning up on a Sunday evening to have a chat to us. We'll definitely be speaking to you getting closer towards the sale for Satoshi Island. So everyone enjoy their weekend. You Australians enjoy your Anzac Day. Don't lose too much in two up, and don't drink too much if you have to work Tuesday.
Yeah, nice one. All right, thanks for that, Jono. All right, I'll see you all guys later, and we'll do a live stream or a stream leading into the end of the week, because I think Satoshi Island's going to be by the end of the month. So we'll do a live stream leading into that, into the sale. Talk more about that there. But get your last bids in if you've only got one NFT and you want access to the chats, or you want to extend and get your power backers after tomorrow. They're going to go for a premium, because I don't think people are going to be selling their shares until we develop our island kingdom. So last chances now. So enjoy everyone, and I'll see you in the chat, but I'll see you live again shortly before Satoshi Island land sale, and we can chat more. Cheers, guys. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Night, boys.
Thanks, fellas.